Hi there and welcome along. Today we're looking at the original Odeon in Epsom in Surrey. It was located at 112 to 114 in the High Street. So without further ado, let's get this thing underway. The Odeon was built in 1937 where Chamberlain's Bakery had previously stood in Epsom High Street. I have a few images of the construction courtesy of Surrey Libraries. The Odeon Epsom was built for Odeon Theatres Limited. The architects were Winnie, Son and Austin Hall. It cost £31,231 to complete it, and it opened on the 19th of April 1937 with Merle Oberon in Beloved Enemy. Comedy stars Tom Walls and Ralph Lynn were two celebrities who appeared on stage to open the cinema. The grand opening ceremony was performed by Tom Walls, supported by Lord and Lady Epsom. There followed a musical performance by the band of Her Majesty's 4th Queen's Own Hussars. The resident manager was Mr. F.J. Walsh. In this view from the opening programme, you can see the building with its associated car park backed onto the next adjacent street, Station Approach. Now, due to the local council not allowing the usual Odeon faience tiles, the entire facade was of narrow bricks with stone dressings. The cinema was built with the usual Odeon feature of a tower, and it was said that a condition was stipulated by the council that this should not be higher than the town's clock tower. Picture of that just here. The George pub, built at the same time, replaced a much older one of the same name and was of an impressive appearance, topped with a pediment. Almost adjacent to these, there survived another well-loved Epsom establishment, Marshall's, famous fish and chips. And for many, it was a habit apparently to come out of the cinema straight in Marshall's for the fish and chips. They were apparently always superb. Now, the auditorium was in a typical Art Deco style attributed to Winifred Evans, which consisted of troughs in the ceiling containing concealed lighting. Seating was provided for 1,016 in the stalls and 418 in the balcony. The projection room was equipped with BTH projectors and sound. A scenographed lighting effects projector was also installed. Now, this cinema lived a fairly uneventful life and gave good service in this rather upmarket location. But by 1961, audiences were dwindling, and from the 1st of October 61, bingo was introduced in the afternoons, replacing the normal matinee film performance. Bingo was not a hit in Epsom, and the venture failed after only 13 weeks, and full film presentations resumed. The management experimented with more upmarket films, including some opera and some ballet. These were in turn replaced by midnight horror movies in 1968. But it didn't last for long. The Odeon closed on the 19th of June 1971 with Candice Bergen and Peter Strauss in Soldier Blue. Within a month, the building had been sold to a property developer. It was demolished in early 1972, and a Sainsbury's supermarket was built on the site. Sainsbury's have long gone, and another building erected, part occupied by Cabello Hair and Beauty. Now, I found some comments on the Cinema Treasures website thought you might like. Andrew Ward said, "I was relief manager there during Goldfinger Week when Mr. Bernie Spriggs was the manager. He didn't like to leave the building during the day, so the manager's office had been fitted with a gas stove. Every day the secretary cooked 2 meat and 2 veg meals for them, which they consumed with gusto." And he says the circle was awkward because the audience had to walk all the way up to the top and then back down again. Jerry Reed said, "Good old Bernard, I knew him well. He used to do relief for me when I was at Wimbledon." Gordon Nimps had also been the manager at Epsom at some previous time before he went on to work at Odeon head office. John just comments, I was told by a projectionist who worked at Richmond Odeon in 1964 that the Odeon Epsom, which was very close to an electric railway line, had an alternative power supply from the railway's supply. So in case of a town electricity failure, the cinema had the railway as a second supply. Well, that's about it for this one. Do like, share and subscribe because that helps me a lot. And until we meet for the next video, be good to each other and I'll see you soon. Ta-da.